Hey there, sisters of the Empowered Feminine Leadership Retreat. I'm making this video in response to the post that Phyllis, that you shared yesterday about these robots debating the future, and the comment that you made that we will have to answer the question of our purpose and value of our humanity and then defend it. And respond to that with a reading that I did this morning to gain some insight. So I'll go into that for in a minute. So a couple things though before we look at the cards. First is that I find it actually another example of hijacking the divine by calling one of these robots Sophia. Sophia as the name of the feminine aspect of the actual creatrix of all of life. Sophia is a name that's used for that. It's also the name for divine feminine wisdom. But, I'm not surprised either, because that's exactly what's been going on for a long, long time now, is this hijacking of the truth of our divine nature as eternal divinity in form. By creating in this world of Maya and illusion some kind of sense that we are less than and unable to cope with forces outside of ourselves that are being impinged upon us. And so I actually don't know that I completely agree that we have to answer the question of our purpose and value as humanity and then defend it. I don't actually know if I agree with that. I think when we operate, let me just tune into this for a minute. When we operate from the sense of disconnect from the divine, when we operate believing in the illusion of Maya, that the tangible world is real and that we are disconnected from source, then yes, we have to question our purpose and value as humans. And a lot of the planet is in that state of disconnect. But I feel that when we reconnect to the truth of who we are as eternity in form, as divinity in form, when we remember and reclaim the eternal nature of our being, this becomes another exercise, this sort of robot stuff in Maya, in the false illusion, the forces of control attempting to keep us in fear. So now let's take that here. So these are the two cards I pulled this morning because this has been weighing heavy on me since you shared it yesterday, Phyllis, for a couple reasons. One was that I just felt like I couldn't fully address it because I was busy. I had a bunch of things I needed to do yesterday. And the other is because I was wondering, is this actually relevant or tangential to our conversation, to our work together for this retreat? But I thought, well, it's there. There it is in our group. So let me see what arises to bring it and connect it as a point of teaching with regard to our theme, which is empowered feminine leadership for an awakening world. So these two cards are what I pulled this morning. I meditated and then I pulled these cards. And the first card here is this one, the Seven of Swords. And my question had to do with just the overall thing of this, this cyborg beings and their ability to imitate feelings, and how is that relevant to us? And then I used this card and tucked it into the deck facing the opposite way, asking, what is the higher, deeper meaning here? What is the wisdom that I need to know? And I got the Daughter of Cups. So now I'm going to go into this conversation. Okay, with just the cards. So the Seven of Swords in the Mother Peace deck reveals an image in which a fox is trying to use mental strategy, to sneak into the hen house. So the fox is using mental strategy, and there are the hens sort of clucking and worried about the risks of being attacked by the sneaky fox. Swords represent the element of air and also the qualities of thought form and mental. And my comments yesterday were about creating from the mind versus creating from the heart, which was a conversation that I had with a very awakened brother, actually, here in Sedona recently. Creating from the mind versus creating from the heart. And what we see is that we have a lot of creating from the mind going on for a long time on planet Earth. And it has been the Achilles heel that risks our complete downfall as a species of humans. Our deep disconnect with the true nature of our beings is represented by the disconnection with our feelings. And so we see all the creations that come from the mind. And while the mind is a wonderful tool, the mind was designed to be in service to the spirit or to the master, which is our divinity, which is our deep wisdom. And what we are learning as we awaken, the reawakening of the feminine, the reawakening of the goddess, is that feelings have been denigrated, abused, traumatized, disconnected, intentionally, strategically, sneakily, like a fox, in order to disconnect us from our true power. This is why it's so essential for women to step back into roles of leadership. And I don't mean women who are acting like men. I mean women who are reconnected with our sacred feminine power. And that comes through reconnecting with our feelings and our emotions. So when we look over here at this card right here, we have the Daughter of Cups. Cups are the suit that represents feelings and emotions. And the daughter represents the apprentice of feminine mastery. For 6,000-ish years, our feelings have been hijacked. They have been denigrated, but they have also been directed in the area of fear, alienation, anxiety, separation. And so we've been deeply disconnected with the power of feelings to reconnect us to source. And so we see this beautiful young woman here basking in the connection with her body, which is the other thing that needs to be reclaimed. You know, you get 5,000, 6,000 years of rape, pillage, and trauma to the body, to the yoni, to the heart, to the feelings, to our relationships. And you basically have a population that becomes these helpless hens that can be completely manipulated and controlled. We have to go back to our bodies, to our body wisdom, to our healing and transformation, to our empowerment as divinity in form. Which means the same things I was talking about yesterday in those videos, clearing out the shadow, so that we can re-access our feelings and re-access and reclaim our power that's in our bodies and in our yonis. So one of the things I'm super excited for us to do in our retreat is to do the sexual de-armoring that Sandra Rolus is going to offer. And then also for you, Phyllis, to do the yoni egg, because I feel it's extremely important at this time for us to de-armor all of that fear and trauma in our energy field so that we have a more direct connection and access to our emotional bodies and to our yonis, where our feeling centers are. And so to really sort of tie this in a bow and wrap it up, is it possible for cyborgs to overtake this world in the nature of, let's say, the old movies of Blade Runner or Terminator? Yes, it is. Is it probable? No, it's not. Why do I know that? Because we're at the great turning of the ages, because we are in the great awakening. And women are stepping up, it's starting with Western women. We are reclaiming, reconnecting. And is it possible that even despite that, that there's a possibility for this to become a cyborg, terraformed planet that's designed to serve some other artificial intelligence? Yes, it's possible. What does that mean for us as humans? We must remember that we are the divinity having an experience of itself in form in a specific place and time. We are eternal beings of the divine. Our power to create here on earth and in all of the multiverses far surpasses anything that some disconnected humans or non-humans can create with the mind. We are the divine. And whether we are experiencing that divinity here on Mother Gaia or somewhere else, it is nothing. This cyber creation holds no candle to what we truly are. And our reclaiming and reaccessing of that eternal divine nature begins with reclaiming our capacity to feel somatically in our bodies, and to feel our emotions. And so I feel it's very important, not for us to have to justify our humanity, but simply to reclaim and remember who we are as divinity in form. And then honor our physical bodies through clearing out the trauma, clearing out the incarnational dis-ease, the lineage suffering, and to de-armor ourselves within our energy fields, like through another process that Sandra does called chakra de-armoring, through rebirthing ourselves and honoring our bodies and the spirit that indwells in these bodies. So have hope and have heart. That false agenda of cyber reality is a creation of the mind designed to keep us like helpless hens about to be attacked by the fox. But our universe is spinning now. Our solar system is spinning through the center of the universe, and the power is on our side to bring in the light and to remember and reclaim the truth of who we are. So with that, we can continue our discussion if you'd like, but have hope, stay connected, reclaim your body, love yourself, love your woman self, and love all of your feelings, including the fear. Allow them to arise, recognizing them as feelings, so that we reconnect with ourselves and our divinity. And with that, I offer you much, much love from sunny Sedona. Many blessings, sisters.